for a role like Officer Downe? Like,
yeah, so it was tough. It was really invigorating, really. I had, when they offered me the part, I had about a 5-week period where I could get into the best shape of my life, based on the comic book that Joe wrote and Chris Burnham did the graphics for. I mean, this guy's like he's a beast. He's a cop. He's a good cop. He loves the badge. He doesn't have a girlfriend, doesn't have a wife, doesn't have any animals. He just loves and is in love with the badge. And he dies in duty. And it's really sad, and they put him on ice for years and years and years because it's just like he was the best cop LAPD ever had. And then they figure out a way to bring him back alive. So he's part Robocop, he's part Frankenstein, but mostly he's human. And so for me, I knew Joe, and I worked in the script when they offered it to me. And I told Joe a couple of things that I needed in the script, and he totally agreed. But the one thing I did know is I would find him when I got the physicality. So as I started getting, I'm in pretty good shape for being 115 years old. So I'm okay. And so, but I really got strong, and I worked so hard with Daniel Bernhardt, the stunt coordinator, with Frank too, and everybody. That by the time we started filming, okay, so the body's ready to go, and then Don Ritz, who did the wardrobe, is just like the comic book, and it's a crazy world. It's a hard R. I'm naked more than 3 times. So yeah, man, it's a world that I'd never seen before, and I think, I don't know about you, you probably see a lot more movies than I do. I'm just so busy these days, and happily to be so busy, and I'm doing projects that are so different and getting back into movies. I had never read anything like it. It's a hard R. It's so hard R. Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
Loved it. Did you love it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Loved it, right? Reynolds, great job. Funny, so good. We didn't have anywhere near the amount of money they did to make theirs. Ours isn't as funny, but it's a harder R. And it's super violent, and it's super touching and crazy, the world that Joe created in Los Angeles, and we filmed it right here in LA. Well, I'm in New York talking to you, but we filmed
Close
it
enough.
close
Big
enough.
city.
Same country. And I'm very proud of 25 days that it took to shoot this picture. 25 days, that's it. When you see
Wow.
it, I think you're gonna be blown away. Really.
I mean,
truly.
looking at the trailer, I would have thought like at least a couple months.
Looks good,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it look good? Pretty proud of what
good.
Clown did. He did a great job directing. It's his first feature. He's supposed to be here. He couldn't be here, unfortunately. I love the guy. I loved everybody. I loved all my guest stars. Everybody worked so hard. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this project, and I think for Magnolia picking it up and having the belief in this beautiful cult hit that I think it's going to become, yeah, man, it was great. I can't wait to share it with the world.
Well, you mentioned Clown. Like, what's it like working with him, considering he's usually like so much with like the rock metal music, and now he's taking it to like a whole new level with the badass cop thing, like directing it. What was it like with him?
He's just a flat out artist. He could be in any genre he wants. He's that talented, and he was looking for a feature. This came onto his agent's desk, and to have someone of his incredible repertoire of being such a rock star, and he shot so many videos in his day and short films, he was the perfect match. And then they found me, and I think what I brought to Clown was, he didn't even know me from Sons. He knew me from all my movies, which I find really refreshing, because most people obviously know me from Sons. It was such a big hit, and I was so glad to be in it. But I like him, gave 110%, and Mark Neville-Dean and Skip Williamson bringing the whole team together. Geraldo, who shot the film, it just all came together, and Clown was kooky and crazy and soft and tough, and it was everything that I wanted from him. And I think he was blown away at what he was able to do, and what we were able to give him and share with him. And I think he's obviously very happy with this picture, as we all are.
How much of yourself, like personality-wise, are you bringing into the character? I know you said you had to go through a lot to get like in the best shape of your life for it, but other than that, like how much
It was
of you as it?
You know, obviously acting for me is from the inside out. So there's got to be some of Kim in everything I play, but I don't think about Kim when I play anything. I create a guy that's in me, and I just don't know who he is yet. And when I find him, this guy, when you saw the trailer, but when I fight all these bad guys, because if you think Gotham City's bad, Robin, I mean, LA is just the darkest place ever to live. And if it wasn't for me, I don't know where LA would be in this movie. So I get really quiet and thoughtful and weird when I'm not fighting, because I'm trying to figure out who I am. Every time I die, a little bit of me gets lost. I've Terrence Downe. But when I'm fighting, I went right to the comic book for inspiration. I mean, he's gnarling his teeth, he's yelling, he's in it with these bad guys, and I wanted to recreate that just the way Chris Burnham did his graphics in the comic book. So it was fun, man. It was on. There was no time to rest.
How do you transition like between your characters? Because you've done everything from Shakespeare to playing, to being in a motorcycle gang to now this.
Club.
Sorry,
It's
motorcycle
okay.
club.
Club.
Like, how do you choose what's next, and like, how do you
I take pride in being able to be in a position of choosing, saying no, saying yes, working with different people, different projects, and I can honestly say from the bottom of my heart, since Tig's been over almost 2 years ago, I'm now on my 9th project, 9. And they're all epic in their own way, and they're all different in their own way, like a lot different actually. So I don't worry. I know the universe is giving back for all the hard work I did, and you know, who knows if I'll work in Jan or Feb, but it's going to be always the right thing. And I've got a lot going on, and I'm producing now as well. I want to direct eventually, but this one here, it's different. It's whack. It's not for everyone. But the people it's for, like you, honestly, I think you're gonna want to see it again and again and again and again. It's that crazy.
download it on iTunes when it's out and just keep
Yes,
watching it?
and just keep watching it.
Do you have any like specific standout moments from shooting that you were like just aha moments?
Yeah, couple. I mean, I can't tell the audience how they bring me back, how they figure out technology to bring this man back after he dies numerous times. But that's an amazing transformation. That was a very emotional time, so you need to see that in the movie. But physically, I mean, Daniel Bernharder worked so hard with me physically and working out all the moves that I would have as this cop. I'm pretty proud of all of that. But hanging upside down for an hour, I mean, I hung upside down for an hour, not all at once. It was 2 minutes, then 1 minute, then 7, then 3. But I did that scene. I mean, I hung upside down, and they swung me, and 12 guys in prison, baddest guys in the world in prison, are beating on me and stabbing me. It's a fiction. It's a fiction movie. It's a comic book movie. But yeah, I lasted. I was very proud of how our bodies, I'm a lot older than you, but our bodies are really strong, actually. They can withstand things. And I'd never been put to test physically like that in any part.
Through like all of your roles, like what's been your favorite so far? I mean, like, is this in like the top 5 or?
I don't have any favorites.
You just love them all?
I don't love them all, but I'm glad I was able to say yes to all of them. Some were more rewarding than others. But I don't have favorites. I just really don't. And I just know that I'm here. I'm shooting this big thing in Montreal, like I told you, with Anthony LaPauli and Paul Sorvino. It's an amazing thing. I can't really talk about it, but I was able to come here from Magnolia and promote this movie that I'm so proud of. So I'm Officer Downe right now is one of my favorites right now because I get to talk about it.
Were there any tough like physical moments when you were trying to like do the character or like do a scene and you were like, wait, I can't do this, give me a minute? Or just like even like, I don't know, like the fight scenes or something?
Oh, that happens all the time. I mean, it wasn't for me not being able to do it, but a sword wouldn't quite be where it should, or we need to touch up the blood, or the camera move just got quirky, and Mark Neveldine is just my new brilliant artist in the planet. I just love him so much. and Geraldo did the DP stuff. I mean, they were all pretty fabulous. So I don't have a specific remembrance of things not going well. I just remember that because of technically or something, we needed to do it again. But the boys and girls were really well prepared, and you'll see it in the film. It really worked out. They edited it beautifully.
Is it difficult for you to take like a character that's already written and out in the public, like Officer Downe, who's in a comic book, and bring it to life without like getting so much backlash from people who are already fans of it?
I don't think so. I mean, I think, Joe Casey, if he was here sitting beside me with Image Comics, I mean, it was his creation, Joe Casey, and they let him write the script and everything for the movie. I don't think people were really aware of Officer Downe. It's not Batman. It's not Superman. It's Officer Downe. Like, what? And there's an E on the end of his name. It's Officer Downe with an E. And yet, it's kind of ironic that he goes down a lot. So Officer Downe, it's kind of a play on words of his last name. But no, I wasn't worried about anything. I mean, if you look at the comic book, the guy's really 280 pounds, muscles up to here, chest, almost like a mini Hulk in a way. Well, you can do that and get a really bad actor from WWF, or you can get a really good actor who can get...
Great actor.
Thank you. And just get in the best shape of his life. And I was really pleasantly surprised how it all looks, actually. I really am.
Well, what's next for you after this?
Well, it's my 9th project, since I told you that already, I think, Robin. I'm in Montreal right now. I've got a massive movie opening across Canada today called The Adventure Club, kids movie. Goon 2 is opening in February. I've got a massive Netflix comedy with Kevin James opening in November, around the same time as Officer Downe on November 18th. I think it's a week before, actually. Anyway, True Memoirs of an International Assassin with Kevin James. It's hysterical. I did a beautiful Holly Hunter movie called Strange Weather, which raves in Toronto at TIFF. I couldn't go. I was shooting this big Western with Scott Frank in Santa Fe, which I just finished 2 days ago. So it's on.
A lot of things coming up for you.
Many things going on, yeah.
Oh, that's
coming
good.
out.
I think that's all I have. I want to keep it short and sweet. And,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Absolute
Thank you so
Absolute
much.
pleasure. Yeah.